taking place. Australia were able to come back. They were 2-0 down against Brazil in their latest clash, which happened yesterday. They were, however, able to come back to beat Brazil 3-2. In an interview by the captain, Sam Kerr, she was able to say on TV, "Suck on that one."
I thought you were going to say that was a close shave.
Could have
given
been
their opponents.
Yes. Well, true. But, yeah. Also, New Zealand, now they went down 1-0 to the Netherlands last week. So close. I think it was on Wednesday, that game. It was such a close game. Good game, though. It was just heartbreaking to see the Netherlands win, I think, in 2 minutes in overtime. So, yeah, great game. What else has happened in sport there? Anything there, JT?
Yeah, well, you have to commend the genius that decided to have the Cricket World Cup in England and
Yes.
not schedule in reserve days, because we've lost, 3 matches, I think, due to the beautiful English summer conditions. So, yeah, a bit unfortunate for the Black Caps. They didn't get to see how good they were going against India, because that would have been a good yardstick for us to measure where we're at in terms of this tournament to play against the Indians, but unfortunately not to be due to the weather.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
One of the good things that has come out is from that for New Zealanders, and that's been led by New Zealanders, the sportsmanship on the field, though, eh? I mean, with what happened against Afghanistan, that's just showing, I guess, there's more to sport than just the actual sport, It's about the spirit of the game when it comes to cricket, isn't it, JT?
Yeah, and unfortunately that's lost a lot of the times on certain nations, well, one in particular, where I live.
Yeah.
They push the envelope sometimes a bit too far. They do cross that line in the sand a lot of the time. I can't wait till when they play England, mate, because the Barmy Army did it absolutely give it to that dickhead Dave Warner.
Yeah.
And good job.
Yeah. Well, and he also notched up a century too against, who did he play against? Was it Sri Lanka? No, it wasn't Sri Lanka. Pakistan. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember watching that, and the crowd, it's got to be the least clapped for hundred I've ever seen. By a full house crowd. Not many people clapped.
Fair enough, eh? Fair enough. Also, the netballers, our netball girls, they go into a 5-day camp over there on the Sunshine Coast. Thanks, of course, to their coach. She'll hopefully be getting them up for shape to go into the World Cup. So, the girls, without a doubt, have got to be looking forward to that. Well, that pretty much ends us off here on Full-Time. However, the best part of our show is still to come, which, of course, is the end part. The part that, we're able to get our angst released out into the universe. The part of our show that we call
Put the Boot In!
My Put the Boot In is going out to, and it's been a big thing for the week, a huge talking point around the country, I dare say. And that is, of course, Oranga Tamariki. Now, there have been, a lot of children, in particular Māori children, throughout the years, for decades, have been getting uplifted and moved on to what's called the state system. And this has been happening possibly for a century, if not, or maybe even longer. But Oranga Tamariki, they were shown by newsroom.co.nz how their process is of uplifting a child. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't children out there that need to be uplifted, but the process that was shown by Newsroom definitely showed that there isn't too much, that Oranga Tamariki certainly aren't too flash when it comes to, or trustworthy, or even trustworthy when it comes to doing the things that they do, and also how the system seems to work against individual whānau. And it's almost like a bullying thing that happens to go on, especially when a mother of a child has been up all day trying to look after their child, trying to get some rest with her child, and has to stay up to try and protect her child from being taken by oranga tamariki from about 8:30 till 1 o'clock in the morning, or 2 o'clock in the morning, which is, in my opinion, just ridiculous. So there we go. My Put the Boot In goes out to oranga tamariki. That's my
Put the Boot In!
My boot's going into, I think, government politics again, but that scumbag Christchurch shooter, they finally showed his face on TV. They need to support him back to the land of his birth, Australia. He's going to cost the country a heck of a lot of money. I hear that an average they incarcerate costs over $100,000 a year. So for that guy, it's probably going to cost a bit more. And my issue is that that's more than what a lot of Kiwis actually make in a year. Just to house and to the upkeep of these scumbags. So they need to get rid of this guy. Send him back to Aussie. That's my Put the Boot In.
Put the Boot In!
Yeah, boys, my Put the Boot In today goes to the stupid lady at the airport the other night. We were at Gate 79, heading to Wellington on Virgin Air. Gate 78, Virgin Airlines as well, heading to Auckland. Gate 78 asked for all those that had priority boarding to start boarding. So this lady goes to our counter and demands that she be let on the flight because she has priority boarding. So she's basically big noting herself, saying, I've got priority boarding, look at me. And the plane hadn't even arrived yet for her to get on. So maybe they should have just let her out and push off the end of the air bridge. And then she realised, then the lady says, look, the plane's not even here, love, and asked for her boarding pass, and then, hello, she's not even on our flight, which was going to Wellington. Which actually, if you look at it, she could have got on anyway, because we went to Blooming Auckland. My Put the Boot In goes to this stupid lady.
Put the Boot In!
Plenty of stupid ladies around, JT. There are just plenty of them around. They're everywhere, bro. Everywhere.
Oh, my wife's in the room with me, mate, so I can't agree with you. I love persona and the way they carry themselves, especially this one at the airport. I think she was as they say in Australia, mate, she's a goose.
So who's this guy you were talking about there,
That mass shooter kid.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
Just a little known guy who went down to Christchurch and committed,
So what, $100,000 just to house him and feed him, blah.
No, that's just for an average run-of-the-mill criminal, I think. For this guy, you're probably looking at throwing another $50,000 plus a year just to keep him incarcerated. And, it sort of makes you wonder, heck, that's more than what a lot of ordinary people busting their butt out there working, day in, day out, and make, and a scumbag like that, well, all our tax-paying dollars, Keithy, but that's say, you got to house them and put them somewhere, or send them back to Australia, that's what I say.
Well, the Aussies have been sending...
Exactly, they've been sending our ones back home, so...
Yeah,
save us money in the long run, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just funny how money seems to be the cause of a lot of things in this country, eh?
What makes the world go round, they reckon, Keithy.
I suppose so. Anyway, Ra, thanks for joining us once again. Awesome to be able to catch up with you. No doubt we'll be able to catch up with you on Wednesday, eh, bro?
Yeah, we'll be back on our midweek special, and as I said, Keithy, geez, that warm sun's come out, which is, as I made mention at the start of the show, it's unseasonal, unusual for this time of the year, but that's nice and warm, beautiful.
It is indeed. Also, Reno Wilkinson hopefully will join us back, well, I'm pretty sure he will, on Wednesday. He's been a busy man, old Reno. But I'd like to say a big thank you once again going out to our man JT down there in Wellington, at least for a week. So hopefully you enjoy your return home there, eh, bro?
Yeah, still lying in bed, Keith.
Nice.
Sun comes out, and I'll eventually get up, which will probably be about Tuesday, I think.
Awesome, bro. Anyway, everyone out there, have a good one, and have a safe one in particular.
Whakarongo ki te reo, Irirangi a Turonga Nui a Kiwa. Te reo o te iwi.